Good morning, evening, night, whenever you may be viewing this video. I just wanted to thank you first for tuning in to listen to this message. It's going to be a mini message. Actually, it's not going to be long, maybe no more than a couple of minutes. But I hope you enjoy. I want to share with you something that God gave to me. And today I'm going to be talking about Job's wife. And if I had to put a subject to the message, I would say it had to happen. It had to happen for several reasons. So that for one, God could get the glory. We're going to go back to the story of Job, and we all know the story of Job. How Job was a perfect and upright man who eschewed evil. Job really loved the Lord. Job was our perfect example of really dedicating ourselves to God. Of course, Satan came in and he said, you have a hedge around him. You have your protection, your guide, everything. You have a guard around him. You're guarding Job from me. So as Satan began to say to God that if you remove that hedge, I'll make him curse you. And I'm not really dwelling. I just want to throw that point in. I know you guys know the story. So I'm going to go on to the story of Job and how that instantly Job began to lose everything. His 10 children that he loved. He loved his kids so that he would offer sacrifices for theirs in case they've sinned in a day. He wanted to make sure he make it right for them. Job loved his kids. So the enemy is going to try to attack him with the things that he loves the most, or the things that he thought he could use to bring him down. As the first servant came to Job and said, Job, your kids, your children have been killed. I alone have escaped to tell you that they've been killed. Job grieved. But Job turned around and did something that we can't hardly do because we're grieving, and grieving is so hard to lose one child, yet alone 10. At one time, that had to be devastating. That had to hurt Job to the core of his heart. But Job began to bless God. In his turmoil, in the situation of grief, he found it necessary to bless God. The next servant came and said, Job, you've lost your cattle. You've lost everything. Job went from the penthouse, if I would say, to the poorhouse in one day. Along with Job was his wife. Job's wife was right there. Everything that happened to Job that she went through, being from the penthouse to the poorhouse, happened to her also. Losing her kids, not one, 10, that she gave birth to, had to be devastated. That had to be something that we could not imagine today, because we don't have 10 kids these days, of course. And if we had 10, we would not want to lose them all in one day. To go from losing everything and then to be stricken in a day with sores, boils from the top of your head to the sole of your feet, you couldn't. I mean, that had to be a serious attack. I mean, because think about it. To even have a little sore, and to have a sore where it gets infected and there's pus coming out or whatever, but to have worms, I can't. Worms? But Job's wife was there. She witnessed this. She witnessed everything. She witnessed going from being in the penthouse and having everything that she probably ever wanted to having nothing. Her kids were gone. She had Job, but then he was sick, stricken. And she had to be there to care for Job. But in what his wife said to him was like, Job, basically there's nothing left. You're suffering. A good wife, what good wife would want to see her husband suffer? In today's life, we have family, friends, or we know people that have had cancer, and it's as if they're suffering, they're in pain. We don't want to see them suffer. And sometimes we just want God to just, we say God took them so they didn't have to suffer. So his wife was like, Job, what integrity? What do you have left? Everything is gone. You're on your deathbed. Just give it up. Let go. She had to love him. She didn't want to see him suffer. And to the sight of him, when his friends came to see him, when his 3 friends came to see him, if they couldn't say anything, if they were, I'm sure the sight of Job was something terrible. I know that I probably couldn't stand to even look at Job. But it's not me in the story, it's his wife. But she loved him and she said, why don't you just curse God and die? Because she felt like he would be